Sanibonani guys, welcome back to yet another video, and we are speaking about the latest episode of The Real Housewives of Durban. So guys, this episode continues from event ka Precious, and listen, Minnie and Precious are still at it. I was just so bored because I'm just like, we on what episode now? Like this thing is getting tired, like it's tiring. But anyway, the other ladies are just like, "Aibo guys, let's just put this thing to bed and let's move on to other things." As Unonku is trying to say, let's move on to other things, Ufafa's like, sorry guys, before we move on to other things, I just want to address or speak about Unonku's double standards. Why is it that you refused to accept Lo's apology, whereas when you apologized to me, I accepted your apology? At that moment, I was just like, why is Ufafa bringing this up? I was kind of bored by that because I'm just like, Fafa, I don't know if she brought that up to defend her friend Lo, but it was giving those vibes. But I was just like, this just feels so unnecessary because in any other type of argument or something like that, Ufafa makes sure to stay out of it. So I don't know why is she picking a bone or picking something with Unonku, because we all know, guys, once you pick something with Unonku, it's not going to end well. It'll be something that's going to go on and on and on for seasons. So I just feel like if Ufafa's really here to make friends, let her make friends on a clean slated people and stop, carrying other people's baggages. Because for me personally, it looked like she was trying to defend Ulo or something like that. Okay, fine, Gam. And then Unokuzana, I get the other girls start going on about Ujojo and Unonku, about their dress code, that it's not right what they did to Precious. But listen, Precious ends up she ends up accepting their apology because Jojo and Unonku end up apologizing to Precious, and Precious does accept their apology, which I feel, by the way, she let them go easily. But I guess Precious doesn't have any deep thing with Jojo and Unonku, and I guess that's why she could just forgive it lightly. And I guess after that, what else could the lady say? Because if the host is saying she's fine, she haven't went to go and hug them and kissed Unonku, so who are they then to continue this thing? Okay, fine, okay. Ujojo, we see another scene where Ujojo and Kelvin are hosting a husband and wife get together. So they invite the twins, both the twins are married, they come with their husbands, and Ufafa comes with the husband as well. Yeah, I Ufafa's husband, guys, unporile in a sense. I do kind of feel like maybe Ufafa was right, because Ufafa says something in a diary session that she feels like her husband is still not over this whole thing that went on social media. So I do think maybe the reasons why he also agreed to feature or to show himself on this reality show is to maybe clear up the rumors. Maybe his pride was kind of bruised of the fact that, people are saying his wife cheated on him, and here they are trying to clarify those rumors. But I said it in previous episode, guys, with him, I don't think it's a good idea to come to reality shows to try and clear rumors up, especially if your house is not clean. And at this moment, it definitely looks like Ufafa and husband, why, okay, that, hey guys, it looks like things are not where they need to be. Anyway, Ufafa again, she's talking to the girls, and the girls are talking about how they met their men. Fafa goes on to open up when she met Utabo, which is her husband. Ugelu washaya omunye ugel ngestina. She entered a relationship with Utabo, knowing very well that there was another woman he was dating, but she dated him anyway. When she was in a relationship with him, she then discovers ukuthi hayi unomunye ugeli, and lo omunye ugeli is pregnant. Now the pregnant one then gives Utaba an ultimatum, which it's either you choose me with the baby or either you choose Ufafa. Utaba, okay, he chooses Ufafa, and the girl then says, okay, since you chose Ufafa, you are never gonna see your child again. Till today, Abaya Zingane, they don't know the child. I don't like such things, you guys, because I don't like it when sometimes when people say, Uguti, they don't know they are children because, hey, guys, go and fight. If I'm listening to those stories, I also want to hear what lens have you taken to make sure you're in your child's life. Do you understand what I'm saying? You guys seem like financially y'all are, I don't want to say well off, but y'all seem like you're okay. So I do think he can probably afford a lawyer or something to fight for the child. But you can't just sit back as if you're a person who doesn't have resources and you haven't seen your child for a while. What excuse are you going to give that child? Are you just only going to say and think that's good enough? Hi guys, we need to do better in 2025. Anyway, guys, while Ufafa's talking to the ladies, uNokuzana uThabo is also opening up to the gents. That time unprovoked. Ubaxoxela indaba zakhe bengambuzanga. But I do think the story that uThabo tells the guys matches with what Ufafa did say, because the guy did say ukuthi there's the story ukuthi my wife entertained a guy who was supposedly my friend. That's what I heard him say. And Ufafa did say something similar to that. But I was just like, this guy, because Kelvin, uNokuzana, Jojo's husband, was actually even saying, this guy is meeting us for the first time and he feels the need to spew his marriage business like that. He found it quite strange. I also kind of find this quite strange that uNokuzana Thabo was just willing to spill the beans like that to a bunch of guys that he just met like today, the first time. But that's why I'm saying maybe they are here to kind of clarify certain things. But I don't know whose strategy Sabo Sitini guys, because the strategy of theirs, I don't know if it's working for them. But later on, we see them in their house. We see Ufafa and the husband in their house having downtime in the bedroom. And Ufafa brings up that issue, or not the issue, but she brings up the fact that now that they're going to be continuing things in terms of tradition or completing imicimbi that needs to be done for them to be recognized as fully married, she then suggests to they need to go to marriage counseling. Now they bring up issues that they've had in the past, and Uthabo, there's just something, guys, that I don't like about him. Something that I just a way that he talks that just for me comes off as if this guy is full of himself. He goes on to say, feed me, sex me, and I'll be okay. I'm just like, you see, once you hear men saying that, no, I don't believe it. You can feed a person, sex them, and they still will go and cheat. So he's kind of saying, the reason why they had infidelity issues in their marriage was because Ufafa was not properly fulfilling her marriage duties. He goes on to suggest he thinks that they should go for sex therapy. Now, guys, I don't know what angazi ukuthi ngiyithathe kanjani, guys. Kwi-sex therapy kukhulunywa ngani, or maybe speaks about satisfaction. Maybe he will learn ukuthi when it comes to sex, actually, it's a both way type of thing. So this guy, when he's saying feed me, sex me, and I'll be happy, what about Ufafa? Because Ufafa says when this issue started, it was around the time when she got pregnant. Well, before she got pregnant, but after she got pregnant, because she just gave birth and all of that. And she was saying, I can't be giving you that or being sexual or having sexual intercourse with you and I'm not fine. And I kind of feel like Ukai is basically saying, go over and above to satisfy your man if you want to keep him. I'm just like, and quite frankly, guys, I kind of felt sorry for Ufafa at that point, because I just feel like Ukai comes up with these reasonings of why it's justifiable for why he cheats. But I'm just like, have you ever asked yourself, which if you claim that Ufafa entertained another man, have you ever asked yourself, are you treating her well? Are you fulfilling her needs? You understand what I'm saying? And then on top of that, he goes on to say, Vele, when those rumors came out, it was the final nail on the coffin. And he says, if it was not for Ufafa's accident, they would have not got back together. Now, I know it sounds like a simple reasoning, but I just felt like him even mentioning that was just kind of offish. I don't care if I'm not into you and I'm saying I'm done with you, even if you can have an accident, even if you can pass away or whatever, in my heart, I will be at peace because I would know or would have known I made a right decision. I'm not getting back with anyone just because life is short and whatnot. Like, what reasoning is that? Be with me because you love me, because you want to treat me well, and because you believe that I treat you well. Not because there was an event of life and death. And hey, that reasoning, guys, angizwanga. I didn't hear it well. But anyway, to close off that scene, he then makes a joke, Yoguchi. He will take a second wife, and then they love. I'm like, Fafa, Michael, this is the second or third time this man is making a joke against him. And Ufafa, I think she's just in denial, you guys, or something like, I don't know what's going on in Ufafa's mind, but I just kind of feel like this guy has kind of gotten her to a point where she feels like she needs to make sure she works extra hard to keep this guy in the house. You see, the moment a guy does that to you, I deal, because he's going to play with you emotionally, that no other guy is going to love you like that. Then a man, all men are the same. My boy, they lying to you. There's a man out there who's going to respect the fact that you are not okay and you're not able to fulfill certain duties, and will step up and stop making things about himself. But guys, I'm giving it a few years. Give it a few years and let's hear if that man is not going to tell Ufafa ngesithembu. And I'm afraid the way things are looking, I feel like Ufafa will eventually accept isithembu, because this man, I just feel like mentally he's playing with her. And not only mentally is he playing with her, I feel like he's not done being for the streets. Anyway, fine. Angel, she calls the ladies for bowling. She calls Unonko, Jojo, and Minnie. And then they come for bowling. So they bowl there. Ladies are having fun. Jojo decides to open up about what Calvin told her. Apparently, Calvin told Jojo ukuthi Thabo told the gents that Ufafa cheated. Now Jojo's coming to repeat that to the rest of the other ladies. Unonku niyamazi ne-relationships zabanye abantu. Nonku's like, oh, that makes sense. That's right. She was over-explaining herself and what. Now the footage that we saw, Calvin said to Jojo, apparently Thabo said that his wife has been naughty. I guess bekazama uyibeka ngendlela, like ehloniphekile or something like that. But I was just like, I don't remember hearing uLokhuzana Thabo saying that the wife cheated. I just remember him saying that she entertained the guy. I don't think cheated and entertaining a person is the same thing, you guys. So maybe it was, there's no record of that, or maybe he said it when they stopped recording or something. Angazi, you guys. But anyway, Jojo repeats that, and now it looks like once it's in Nonku's hands, guys, best believe Uguchi's or Puma Lento, you will see. Best believe we're going to hear this thing being brought up again in front of the rest of the other ladies. I get the twins, guys, are having an event, a fashion event for their fashion line, and you know what? I have to agree with Unonku. No, guys, Unonku said it's interesting that the twins have a fashion line because their fashion is not giving. I'm sorry, guys. Even when everyone came to Loamcimbi Wabo, everyone was like, the twins look so nice. I'm like, guys, why are you lying to them? Because that all white that they were even wearing was not giving. Now, I did see the line, the dresses that the models were modeling in. The only line that I liked was the zebra clothes, the black and white clothes. I kind of liked those ones, but the rest I really know. I guess people, when it comes to fashion, guys, we've got different palettes and we cater to different people. But for me personally, I have to agree with Unongu, which the twins. Nah, even I think Angel was saying the same thing. Which nah, that fashion, yeah, but I don't think Huguchi yam. That's all I'm gonna say. Lastly, after they done, now the models are done modeling, the rest of the ladies, guys, they really look like they had a nice time at the event. But Unonko says something to Ulo. So Lo comes over to Unonko and she's like, Unonko, kalihaki, niyazi ukuthi vele siqabene, kodwa kalihaki and whatnot. Unonko goes on to say, Uguti, can I ask you a question, Lo? Why do you say you don't drink but you do? And I know that for a fact. I'm like, Nonku, come out with the receipts. One thing about Unonko will speak things in Gati as facts. I'm like, Wayana, did not Ulokuzana, Miss Villion, Mel's husband, were they not suing you for these type of things where you just come out spewing stuff and speaking them as if they're facts with no evidence? So I don't like that, you guys, because I kind of felt as if you know Ugutu Ulo Mamfundisi. So if you're saying something like that, what are you trying to? Are you trying to create a narrative ukuthi umamfundisi wabantu is not a drunkard, but she's drinking alcohol, whereas like it's just not a thing for abo mamfundisi to do? I just felt like, nah, Nonku, don't create false narratives, considering that this can build up and be such a serious thing. But Ulo's like, Aibo, ang mina, I don't have a problem with people who drink, but personally, I don't drink. Maybe we'll see a little bit or more on that, angazi, you guys. But this thing between Lo and Nonku starting to bore me, because I'm just like, guys, wrap it up. Like, really? Lo, what is your story? Like, what storyline are you giving us on the show? But while Nonku and Ulo are busy there, Precious invites Minnie to go and have a conversation. Precious is over this thing of Minnie speaking to her, you guys. Obviously, that conversation did not go well because now the ladies are screaming at one another. Precious is like, if you ever talk about me behind my back, Minnie's like, Precious, do not threaten me. You will not threaten me. Yeah, guys, they made such a big drama. At this point, guys, yes, I did say, Wuti, I appreciated Minnie or Minnie bringing out or exposing Precious, but now it's getting too much. No, Minnie, like, we can't be screaming at people whereas they're adults. And I get it, Uguti, Minnie, like you're feeling sorry for these workers. But why are the workers so comfortable in speaking to you about their bosses? Do you understand what I'm saying? Minnie gets good service there. I just feel like if she exposed it once on one episode, she should just close the chapter because now I'm just like, nah, man, this is just getting too much for my liking. I don't like the fact that Minnie is just, I don't know. Like, I just feel like she just needs to put the matter to rest, give Precious an opportunity to change. And yeah, she can't do anything at this point. If any other person decides to go and buy hair from Precious, at least now they would have watched the show or heard things about that company. So you go there upon your own discretion. Full stop. Anyway, guys, let's park it right there because that's where the episode ends. You tell me your thoughts on this. Please do make sure you like the video. Please do subscribe. It is absolutely for free of charge. And I'll see you guys in the next one.